Hello everyone, my name is Agent Paul of Mobile Task Force Delta 7, codename Bookkeepers, and welcome back to another SCP document review. And the SCP we will be reviewing today is SCP-8798. Object Class, Thaumiel. Special Containment Procedures. The entrance to SCP-8798 is to be guarded at all times from internal and external interlopers. Guards are to be stationed at SCP-8798's rim, but not inside the SCP itself beyond the upper caverns. 14 staircases currently connect the upper caverns to the lower districts, but no personnel except for D-Class residents are to enter the lower districts without the express permission of the Administrator and/or one of the surviving members of the O5 Council. The sole exception to this is MTF-245, that which descends. MTF-245 is to be composed of 100 to 150 agents trained in espionage, political agitation, and strike-breaking tactics. As the number of eligible candidates decreases, plans for recruitment of D-Class personnel to the task force are currently under review. The two current strategies proposed are A. An offer of a light source, and B. Widespread religious inculcation of the populace into believing that the Foundation's role is messianic in nature. The latter is favored as more reliable. MTF-245's exact orders are not to be released to general review. For their own safety, no non-D-Class personnel may leave the area around SCP-8798 or its designated farmland, except to receive SCP-8798-1 and deliver it onwards. -1 is to be extracted at a rate of 17,000 kilograms per quarter. Food and water is to be delivered into the lower districts by the existing winch system, contingent on delivery to the surface via the same system of -1. Should the quantity of -1 extracted be lower than 14,000 kilograms in any given quarter, it will not provide enough power. This is designated as an unacceptable outcome, and the following measures are to be taken in order until the situation is rectified. An armed incursion by MTF-562, codename That Which Remains, to force a short-term rapid increase in production or to collect any hoarded -1. Negotiation with D-Class personnel to increase production. A store of food and other goods has been set aside to provide incentives for this eventuality, and production currently outstrips the goods provided by 240%, allowing negotiations considerable leeway. The removal of up to 30% of the D-Class population as a compliance strategy. This is highly discouraged, as it will necessitate a significant per-person increase in production among the remaining population. It is not currently known if this is feasible owing to the constraints of the human body. The extermination of remaining D-Class personnel and the use of Foundation personnel other than D-Class to extract -1. This is highly discouraged by the Ethics Committee, and will have to undergo review by the Administrator and surviving members of the O5 Council. This outcome is considered unlikely, however, as the present political conditions and mental deterioration of D-Class personnel are not conducive to a decrease in production. Reports of -1 consumption by D-Class personnel remain unverified, but such a practice has been theorized to help maintain the current production quota. According to data gathered by MTF-245, the current status of SCP-8798-2 outbreaks is as follows. The upper caverns are not at risk. The central warrens are at limited risk. The population is large, but the exits are inaccessible and the air is only partially conducive to permanent habitation. The Eastern Warrens. Official Foundation nomenclature. Most personnel informally designate this area as Heavenly Ladder. This is a discouraged practice and observed instances should result in reprimand, are at low risk, but limited habitation makes this a useful target for diverting outbreaks without a significant decrease in the rate of extraction. The Western Warrens are at high risk, with 7 outbreaks and 3 deaths reported in the last quarter. The Southern Depths have been rendered uninhabitable. Official Foundation nomenclature. Most non-D-Class personnel informally use its old designation as the Arrival Point, while the D-Class personnel refer to it as the Old Country. These are discouraged practices, and observed instances should result in a reprimand. The Southern Depths have been rendered uninhabitable, but do contain several vital extraction points, with many D-Class personnel working temporary shifts here. -2 has not operated in this area for several months, but dead instances have been reportedly observed by D-Class personnel. It should be noted that most D-Class personnel within SCP-8798 hold a religious veneration for the Southern Depths, and the -2 corpses found therein. The details of their beliefs are unimportant, but any proposals for diverting outbreaks to this region must take the social ramifications on extraction into account. The Southern Warrens are at high risk, with 16 outbreaks and 20 deaths reported in the last quarter. In the event that -1 does not provide enough power, the Nagasaki Protocol will come into effect. SCP-8798 will be filled with concrete following the extraction of any non-D-Class personnel. Extraction of D-Class personnel was proposed but vetoed at the insistence of the Ethics Committee. Although the D-Class represent 89% of the surviving human population, they are not considered eligible for reclamation due to overexposure to -1. Any surviving personnel involved with SCP-8798 will be amnesticized. In this scenario, it is imperative that any surviving humans do not rediscover SCP-8798-1. Description: and that is it. I have been informed that following the recording of this SCP, I will be administered amnestics. Regardless, thank you all so much for listening or watching. My name is Agent Paul of MTF Delta 7, and I will see you next week with another document review. Bye.